Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to our online classes. In our today's class, we are going to start our new chapter, which is very interesting and one of the easiest topics in mathematics also. And this particular concept is very useful in our everyday life, especially while dealing with money. So let us start our today's class. Topic that which we are going to discuss today is simple interest, okay, which is from chapter number 10. And in our today's class we will be trying to understand how to calculate simple interest, principal, rate and time from the given conditions. Is that clear, students? Now, before we start our today's class on simple interest, we have to know certain terms which are very important in this chapter. So let us start with the important terms. The first term is principal, which is denoted by P. So what does this principal mean? It is the sum or money which the lender gives to a borrower. Okay, so principal is the money which the lender gives to a borrower, or in other way, it is the money which a borrower lends from the lender. Okay, the second term is simple interest, which is denoted by capital S, capital I, or simply capital I. So what does this simple interest mean? It is the extra money which the lender gets from the borrower for the money which the borrower has borrowed. So the money which has been borrowed from the lender, some extra amount needs to be paid as charge, okay, which needs to be returned to the lender. That extra money is known as simple interest. The third term is time period, which is denoted by capital T. It is the time for which the money is borrowed. Okay, if I borrow some amount of money for 2 years, that means I have to return that money in that 2-year period. Okay, so that time is known as time period. Is that clear, boys? And another term is rate of interest, which is denoted by capital R. It is the interest for a fixed period on every 100 rupees. That means it is the rate at which the charge has to be paid, extra charge has to be paid. For example, for every 100 rupees, if I am going to pay 5 rupees extra charge, then that 5 rupees will be rate of interest. Okay, so let's take some example. Rate is 10% per year, means on rupees 100, the interest in 1 year is rupees 10. You also have to note time over here. Per year means in 1 year. Okay, let's take another example. Rate is 10% per month. Over here, time is per month. This means on rupees 100, the interest in 1 month is 10 rupees. Is that clear, boys? So rate of interest is actually the interest fixed on rupees 100 for a fixed period of time. Am I clear, dear students? And the last term which we have to know is amount, which I am going to tell you later. Okay, so let us first see what is the relation between principal, simple interest, rate and time. Now, simple interest is equal to principal into rate into time divided by 100. So it is simple interest is actually the product of principal, rate and time divided by 100. Okay, now this can be represented in shorter form as SI equals to P into R into T over 100. Now from this formula only we can derive principal, relation of principal with other variables, or relation of rate with other variables, and in the same way time with other variables. Let us see this. We just have to rearrange this. The principal, so principal, if you are asked to find principal, so we'll keep principal on one side and take everything to the other side. So 100 will come up. That's why we have 100 into SI divided by, so R and T will go down. So divided by rate into time. In the same way, rate can be calculated as 100 into SI divided by P into T. Just change the position of R and P. And finally, we can also find time by the relation T equals to 100 into SI divided by P into R. So the main formula which you have to know is SI is equal to P into R into T divided by 100. And by rearranging this formula, you can find other variables, okay, like principal, rate, or time. Is that clear? And finally, let's see what do we mean by amount. The amount is the sum of the principal and the interest on it. That means the amount which has been borrowed, that is the principal amount, plus the extra charge which the borrower has to pay, that is called interest. So if principal and interest they are added, then that amount is called, that particular sum is called amount, which is represented by capital A. So we can say amount is equal to principal plus interest. In shorter form, we can denote this as A equals to P plus SI. So with this, we have learned all the important terms associated with simple interest in this particular chapter. So now let us try to solve some numericals. Let's take the example. Find the simple interest on rupees 3000 at 4% per year for 5 years. Okay, so we are asked to find simple interest. Okay, so how to start this particular numerical? We will start this numerical by first writing the given things. So what are the given things over here? This is the principal, 3000. So we have been given principal. So we'll write P equals to rupees 3000. Then we are also given rate. Rate over here 4%. But please remember the time also. It is mentioned over here per year. Okay. So we have to write over here 4% per year. That means in 100 rupees, what is the interest? 4. And we are also given time over here, and the time is 5 years. Please remember this unit of time, years. So here we have 5 years. Always remember the time has to be based on the rate. So here it is per year, so time is also per year. It is, if the time is not given in year and in some other units like month or days, then we have to convert according to the time given in the rate. Is that clear, students? Now what we are asked to find? We are asked to find simple interest. Now we all know the relation between simple interest, principal, rate, time is given by SI is equal to P into R into T divided by 100. We have all the values of these three variables. So we'll just substitute their values in next stage. So SI is equal to P is 3000, rate is 4 and time is 5 divided by 100. Now when we solve this, how do we solve this? It is very easy over here. Here we have 2 zeros in the denominator. We'll cancel 2 zeros in the numerator also. Okay, now how much is left? Let's do the rough work. 30 into 4 into 5 is 20. So 30 into 20 is 600. Therefore SI is how much? 600. Finally we can write our answer. Hence the simple interest on rupees 3000 at 4% per year for 5 years is 600 rupees 600. Is that clear, students? Let's take one more example. Find the simple interest on rupees 800 at 6% per month for 9 months. Okay. Also find the amount at the end of the 9 months. Let us start this question now. So Now we'll start first by writing the given conditions or given things. What are the given things over here? Principal, how much is it? Rupees 800. We also given the rate, and what is that rate? 6% per month. We also given time. Okay, here there is a mistake over here. Please cut this years because the time given over here is months. So the time is 9 months, and we are asked to find simple interest first and then calculate the amount also. So let us start solving this. First we'll find simple interest. The simple interest is equal to P into R into T divided by 100. So we'll just substitute the values over here in the second stage. So SI is equal to P is 800, rate is 6, and time is 9 divided by 100. Again, we'll cancel 2 zeros from the denominator and 2 zeros from the numerator. So when we solve this, how much do we get? 8 into 6 is, at 6 are 48, and 48 into 9 comes to 432. This means the simple interest is rupees 432. Okay, now we know how to calculate amount. Now, amount is the sum of principal and simple interest. Okay, so just substitute the value of principal and simple interest. So amount is equal to, principal is 800, which is given, and simple interest is rupees 432, which you just found out. And when we add this, how much do we get? Amount is equal to rupees 1232. Is that clear, boys? So once we find simple interest, and it is very easy to find amount, we just need to add simple interest and principal. Is that clear, students? Let's take one more example. In what time will rupees 2100 fetch an interest of rupees 525 at 5% per annum? In what time will rupees 2100, this is principal, fetch and simple interest of rupees 525, this is simple interest, at 5% per annum, this is rate. So we are asked to find time. So let us first put the given conditions over here. So given things are principal rupees 2100, rate 5% per month. Please, this is not month, boys. Please, let's make annum, per annum. I'm sorry for the typing mistake. So this is, rate is 5% per annum. Okay, and we are also given simple interest, that is rupees 525. We are asked to find time. Okay, so we know that time is equal to 100 into SI, simple interest, divided by P into R. Okay, this we got by rearranging the formula SI equals to PRT over 100. Okay, now in the second stage, we will just substitute the values of simple interest, principal, and time. So time is equal to 100 into SI is 525 divided by principal is 2100 into rate is 5%. Okay, so let's solve this. So over here, this 100 and this 100, 2 zeros can be cancelled from numerator and denominator. Okay, and this one we have 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5, this 2 won't go, so 5 zeros are 0. Now this will become 25, so 5 5s are 25. Okay, and now we'll solve this. Now we can do this by 3 if you are not comfortable with 7. So 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9, 1 will be carried. So 3 5s are 15. Now here again 7 1s are 7 and 7 5s are 35. So what is left in the numerator? 5 into 1 is 5, and in the denominator we have 1 into 1 is 1. So the time will be 5 years. So the rough work is given over here. Okay, boys? Now this is how we get 5 years. Therefore, at the end, what we can write? The time is 5 years. So with this, we end our today's class. Based on today's class, there is an assignment given to you. Please complete it and send it on time. Please send your assignments on time so that your work can be reviewed properly and proper marks can be awarded to you. Okay? Until we meet next time, stay safe and do all things well.